Hold on for a second because Jaguar Wright just revealed some jaw-dropping details about what really happened at Diddy's parties and who was involved. You won't want to miss this.
I don't know why ain't nobody talking about when Carson Daly went to them Diddy parties. Because Carson Daly did go to them Diddy parties. No different than Ashton Kutcher.
Damn. Okay.
No different than Hype Williams. Why don't nobody want to talk about Hype Williams? Usually if I send a shout out to somebody, people start really kicking things up. But it's almost as if Hype is like living under some wheat germ grass or some under Russell Simmons' ass in Bali. Why can't, is it time to put Hype Williams on a milk cart?
Everyone that was not my color believed me. It was my people that needed convincing. If someone like the Diddler is your hero, then you should hurry up and go to hell with him. If someone like Jay-Z is your hero, then, you know, just be glad you're not talented so he could sacrifice you like he tried to do me, and he succeeded with Aaliyah. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Or for Justin Bieber alone.
Now, Carisha and Rick Ross just sat down together in an interview.
I know. Two Diddy doo-wop bops. What a reunion.
In a recent interview with Real Life Productions, Jaguar Wright completely exposed what went down at Diddy's white parties, and it's downright shocking.
Say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. These is literally walking in there, not thinking. Seriously, like, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been hearing these whispers. Where is Tyson Beckford right now? And why is nobody talking about how after his stint at Russell Simmons and Diddy parties in the Hamptons, he went into pure addiction and now it's just disappeared. He's not acting. What is Tyson Beckford doing? He was one of the biggest figures in the modeling world. Matter of fact, we see a lot of supermodels that keep coming and going and coming and going. And there's just a few that stay.
The wildest part is that she even suggested these parties might be linked to dark spiritual rituals and possibly MK Ultra.
A lot of people that end up at these wild parties and in these wild ceremonies, because see, everyone's thinking freak off, freak off, freak off. But what you're not thinking is ritualistic human sacrifice.
Right.
Whether or not you're offering up your sexuality or offering up your life force. It's energy, it's transfer. So for Whitney Houston to be unalive in that hotel room, and for him to wait to start the party right as her spirit was completely leaving her.
Wow.
It says a lot. You know,
and Jack, what I was gonna say was, and even in the Piers Morgan interview, he was asking about what happens at these parties. You know, we've seen visual evidence to where, you know, again, Nature Boy is locked up for life, but he himself had visual evidence of him wanting to take advantage of a woman or make love or whatever you want to call it while other women are dancing in the ritualistic dance around them.
These are all
like
spiritual seances. You gotta understand, these are practices that have been around long before they started choreographing society. We're talking about thousands and thousands of years. Things were happening here. It wasn't until the past 500 years that the world has gotten caught up into such wild, like nothing. Oh no, that's not real. That's fake. That's not real.
Programming though, they started
Very
giving
much
us.
so.
Yeah.
MK Ultra. Cloning. Whether they're cloning consciousness or literally cloning physical body, and now we know they're capable of doing both.
That's right, it runs deep. A guest at one of Diddy's parties recently spilled some inside details. Adult star Sienna Grace shared her experience attending a birthday party at Diddy's mansion, giving a glimpse into the vibe and how he interacted with guests. She said she was invited to Diddy's son Christian's birthday bash, and though it was a small, intimate gathering, she recognized a few familiar faces. Jordan Woods, Kylie Jenner's ex-best friend, and a few guys from Bad Boy Records showed up. When Diddy came out to present his son's birthday cake, Sienna noticed he seemed distant, barely engaging with anyone. She also revealed something about Hollywood stars. When they're interested in someone, they send clear signals, like giving them a jacket or hoodie, to show they're off-limits to others for the night.
James Cruz and Hard Pierre always been Diddy's flunkies, especially Hard Pierre. That's why he's being sued right now too by one of his assistants and stuff like that, because I guess he learned from his boss. But James Cruz used to work for 50, but he worked for Diddy first. So them niggas was always scumbuckets, man.
Right. But speaking of Harvey Pierre, how do you feel about him getting accused of sexual assault?
Like I said, anything that has to do with those sexuals, those people have to prove that. But are they capable? Yeah, they're capable. Look at the atmosphere. They in the music industry, they in the music business. They set up those type of, they learn the tricks of the trade. For instance, guys don't put those pills that they get to the girls in the champagne bottles because they popping them in front of them. Most of those girls, especially if they like mixed drinks, you understand, they see the bottles when they open them and they trying to keep their eyes on it because they don't want to get no kind of put in their system. But what they don't understand is in the orange juice and it's in the cranberry juice. Those girls who like the mixed drinks, you understand what I'm saying? They gonna pour their own sexual act because they don't understand it ain't in the bottles, it's in the juice. Those guys, they learn that. And they put it to those girls who don't know no better.
In fact, this behavior was so common that one woman recently found the courage to sue him, claiming he was involved in her situation.
That woman was visibly emotional during the news conference as she recounted a horrific and violent assault.
The internal pain after being sexually assaulted has been incredibly deep and hard to put into words.
Talia Graves, sitting next to her attorney, Gloria Allred, alleges Sean Diddy Combs and his former bodyguard, Joseph Sherman, drugged and raped her at Bad Boy's record studio in 2001 when she was 25 years old.
I'm emotionally scarred. It has been hard for me to trust others, to form healthy relationships, or even feel safe in my own skin.
According to the lawsuit filed on Tuesday in New York, Talia was lured to the studio under false pretenses. She claims she was given a drink spiked with drugs, causing her to pass out. When she woke up, Talia says she was restrained and being brutally assaulted by Diddy and his bodyguard.
Flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts make me feel like it's a constant struggle.
In 2023, Talia says she found out the rape had been recorded and through the years had been distributed to multiple people.
Defendant Combs and another defendant
published and/or disseminated the videos without plaintiff's knowledge or consent.
Combs is facing at least 10 similar lawsuits. He remains locked up awaiting trial on human and racketeering charges.
I'm glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief.
Talia says she didn't go public until now because she says that Combs allegedly threatened to ruin her life if she said anything.
The Thalia Graves case is something people really need to pay attention to. It seems Diddy has been blackmailing her with a tape of her, and it's a situation that's raising serious concerns.
You was telling me that a female reached out to you about a sex tape?
Yeah. It may not have been a year ago, it may have been close to a year, 9 months, something like that, a year. It was about, I don't know, was it a year? It's 6 months to a year. I forget about it because we just had a brief conversations for about like a week or so. You know, like she'll call me one day and then we'll talk a little bit. Then I'll get back with her, then she'll call me back. She was trying to find out information and everything like that. But I really couldn't help her, bruh. You understand? And then she told me the guy's name. You know, she said, Gene, I know it wasn't you. You know, she told me her credentials. She said, Gene, I went to college. You know, I come from a reputable family. I live in, you know, out your way, where you at. And she said that, do I know this bodyguard named Big Joe? And I said, why, what's going on? And then she told me about that she had heard about this tape floating around of Puffy ex-A-ing her, sexually assaulting her. And I was like, wow. And I couldn't say anything because I know the parties and stuff like that. But I told her, I said, yo, I can't give you Joe's number, but I'll get in touch with him or whatever, best way I could. So I got in touch with Joe and I told him what the lady said. And he just said that she didn't know anything about it and that, you know, it was felonious. So then the lady had told me she didn't want Joe. She just wanted a copy of the tape so she could bring charges up on Puff. So I said to her, he said that no tapes exist. That tape doesn't exist. You understand? So I gave her that information. I let Joe know, I let her know, and that was basically it.
Do you believe the tape exists?
What I believe and what I know is two different things. I was told, when this is a word around town, that the tape exists. I never saw the tape. I never, you know anybody who say they saw the tape. See, what happens is that, man, when you have a certain status in Harlem, you are privy to a lot of information, or you're privy to stuff that happens in the street. And there was information in the streets that a tape like that existed. How true it was, I don't know, because I don't look for that stuff. I'm not trying to find that. And that's what it was.
What's on the tape?
I heard it was enough on the tape that people could blackmail Puff for. That's what I actually heard.
Many celebrities have spoken about their experiences at Diddy's famous parties, but the details about his alleged freak-offs are still mostly under wraps. In a 1999 interview with Entertainment Tonight Diddy seemed fully aware of the hype and attention his parties would stir up.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You gonna hear about my party. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down racial barriers, break it down generation barriers, people from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on, you know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw.
Diddy wasn't afraid to share his party hosting tips either. In a 2002 appearance on Asterisk Late Night with Conan O'Brien Asterisk, he explained that a great party requires one key element: beautiful women naturally.
This is what you need to do. Women, beautiful women, of course.
Beautiful women.
Beautiful men for the ladies, of course.
Wouldn't it be better if there weren't beautiful men there? There were just a lot of beautiful women and then just the guy?
No. You have to make. There's enough ladies to go around. You have to make them. The ladies, give the ladies what they need too. You know, you have to take care of your women.
Take care of the ladies. Okay,
ladies,
gotcha. That's good.
Can't force a situation.
Right. What about?
Can't force a square peg into a round hole.
That's the story of my life, my friend.
Okay, you need that.
I wish you had told me that a long time ago.
Well, I'm here now, brother. It's not too late.
What about like celebrities? You have a lot of celebrities at your.
First you have to listen. I'm giving you the menu. Okay, let's just take things slow. Okay, it's all right. He's learning. He's learning,
and I'm slow.
Yes.
I'm very slow.
Check it out. This is my man. We go way back, but he hasn't told y'all that yet. We'll talk about that later.
We go way back.
Way back. But check this out.
When was that, by the way? We'll get to that later. All right.
Okay. Now, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just different blend. You need the ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No.
What?
And the answer just got worse.
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, you know, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you talking about?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Over the years, several celebrities have shared their experiences at Diddy's parties. During a 2019 Asterisk Hot Ones Asterisk interview, Ashton Kutcher admitted he had some crazy memories from Diddy's events, but he decided to keep the details to himself.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
Can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends, and we used to just hang out and watch football together.
He described his relationship with Diddy as quite unusual, explaining that it started when Diddy challenged him, saying he couldn't prank him on Asterisk punked Asterisk. From that moment, they became close friends and even hung out to watch football together. Khloe Kardashian also gave fans a glimpse of a Diddy party during an episode of Asterisk, Keeping Up with the Kardashians Asterisk in August 2014.
So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber.
So far, so good.
French Montana.
Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
She didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't? I want to be Khloe when I grow up, Court.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
Usher provided a more personal take, recalling his time living with Diddy as a teenager during a 2016 interview on Asterisk, The Howard Stern Show Asterisk. He described the experience as pretty wild, but admitted he didn't fully grasp everything happening around him. When asked if he would let his own kids attend one of Diddy's parties, Usher firmly replied, "Hell no," and he had good reason for that, as he has allegedly been groomed by Diddy.
Hell no.
And that is for good reason, because he has allegedly been groomed by Diddy.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but check out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
What the did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Listen,
having a good time, yo. Your Usher made it in the. Hey, yo.
Not only that, but he reportedly suffered such severe sexual abuse that he had to go to the hospital.
Let me ask you, because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear it?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard it, and that's what happened. And that's just, that's something that you heard. You don't know if it's true, you just heard it. So, and just to hear this, and this new thing where they saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that shit is crazy. And like I just said, that's just something that I heard. It's something that I didn't know. It's something that I ain't see.
50 Cent has been clear about his choice to steer clear of Diddy's parties. In a July 2023 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he said, "I've been very vocal about not going to puffy parties and doing things like that. I've been staying out of those for years. There's just an uncomfortable energy connected to it." He even shared a strange moment when Diddy offered to take him shopping, which 50 Cent found odd, saying that's something a man might say to a woman.
But it's all because of his mentors and the people that trained him and taught him the music business. It's all about the people who trained and taught him the music business, because Puff wasn't, he wasn't born a monster. You know what I'm saying? He was made into a monster, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? He was made into a monster from the stuff that happened to him, the things that he had to do. You understand? The things that he had to do to become who he is. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, brother. You never like something so much that you can't do without, and you never be willing to do anything to get where you want to be at. You gotta have principles, you gotta have morals, you gotta keep with that stuff. And in that music business, a lot of that stuff get thrown out the window. You understand? And that's what happened to him. He started doing the things to other people that was done to him. To keep it frank, he was doing the things to other people that was done to him. And it is what it is. You gotta know better. And if you know better, you will do better. When he was in New York City, he was like that Gecko from the Geico commercial. Then he turned and started when he lived in Cali and Miami, he turned into Godzilla. I would see him talk about how he using, he was never like that. Smoking cigarettes, smoking weed and everything like that. He turned into something that you could consider a monster, bro. Then he started doing things to people, you understand, that he learned. That's a learned behavior, bro.
Some of the accusations against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
We want to warn you that this video you're about to see is extremely graphic. The surveillance footage that was captured inside of a Los Angeles hotel in 2016 allegedly shows Combs' then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway. A now settled lawsuit filed by Ventura claimed that she was trying to leave the hotel after a drunken Combs punched her. The video appears to show Combs chasing her down the hall, throwing her to the ground, and then repeatedly kicking her.
Difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you gotta do that. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
On Wednesday, Diddy's legal team accused the government of running a campaign to leak evidence, including a 2016 video featuring him and singer Cassie, his former girlfriend. Diddy's lead attorneys claim these leaks are harming his right to a fair trial. He is currently facing charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transporting individuals for prostitution.
Diddy can come back from this because a lot of people saying it's over for him.
Oh, it is over for him. Come back to where? To be in the entertainment business? Listen to me, man. And I don't want to bring this guy's story up because it's old. And I know he's trying to live past it, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Ray Rice, his wife, spit in his face. And he did what he did on that elevator. He ain't played one football game after that. Nowhere that I know of. He may have went overseas and played or something like that. I don't know that to be true. But he didn't play in the NFL, a hell of a running back. He ain't played not one down in the NFL after that. No endorsements. Nobody's going to have anything to do with old boy. And when they come out with this other stuff, he gonna come back to work. I wouldn't be surprised if he do the ultimate sin. Because bruh, he's such a narcissistic that he couldn't stand not being somewhere and not being seen. His whole life, his whole career was about him being seen in the public. It was about him, you know, taking everybody else's dreams and making them his. And now, him nor his kids would profit from anything from Bad Boy or Sean Puffy Combs again. His kids is gonna suffer behind this.
Wow, man, that's crazy to hear, man. And you knowing Diddy, you think it's a good chance he might take his life?
He was talking about taking his life at the City College thing. Yo, D. Ferg, ASAP Ferg's father, say, yo, man, we gotta watch him, man. This nigga talking about killing himself. I say, so let him. If you're that weak, I said, let him. And he said, Eugene, why you say that? I said, man, listen to me, man. He ain't no good to nobody if he talking about hurting himself. His life don't belong to him. His life belong to God. What he should be trying to do right now is work his way towards God now, for real, and not that devil he been worshiping. That those people got him believing, you understand, that's the true God. Because everything from what I know, since I've been around him, you know, everything that's gone forward has been that of the devil. The alcohol, the partying, everything has been of the devil. And he's been leading not only himself, our people.
However, it seems Diddy needs to learn a bigger lesson. His attorney, Mark Agnifilo, remarked that the toughest part for Diddy while facing sex charges has been the food. When asked how Diddy was managing at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, Agnifilo said,
all these celebrity friends he have and nobody came out.
They brand. It's all about the money. They saw what he did to Cassie. With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cassie. They know that nobody in America liked that. So now, these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies. They're not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them. And they praying that they not on the tape. Doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey, buddy, we got you on this tape. And girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you know, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking. And they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. But they didn't think they was being watched. And Brother Love was watching.
Yeah, I mean, TD Jakes, he haven't even came out and said anything. And him and Diddy was real cool.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, man. And I know the people in the congregation over there is shaking in their boots because this man didn't led them probably, allegedly probably led them to damnation because those people's hearts are gonna be broken if that man is seen on those tapes doing anything. Because people always put their faith in the pastor instead of putting their faith in God. And what they need to do is understand that he's just a man. And he has a history. It's not looking too good for him.
So you feel like celebs are worried that they might be on tape?
Oh, they know. That's why they ain't speaking up or saying nothing. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form of fashion, and you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bro. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. he got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that himself, bro. So a lot of them, like what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
But why do you think Diddy had all them hidden cameras?
Bro, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody.